Good morning, everyone. Well, good afternoon. I'm Christina. My nickname is Chrissy. I'm going to be telling my part one lupus story. I was scared and nervous at first to get up here on YouTube and tell my story. I kept it from my family for a while. I kept it from my friends. I didn't want nobody looking at me like I was different from them. So, I kept it to myself for a long time. Um, I found out I had lupus in 2015. How did I get to finding out about how I had lupus? Let's see. One of my first pregnancies, I was 6 months pregnant. I had a still death. My second pregnancy was with my oldest daughter, who is now 15. I had her. Everything was fine. She was full term. I still had to get sedated with her. Not sedated, I'm sorry. I had to deliver her early because my blood pressure was very dangerously high. So after her, I had wound up getting pregnant a couple of years later with my other baby that was 6 months when I was pregnant and had another still death. Before that, I found out I had to get cervical surgery or whatever to keep from getting cervical cancer. So I had to go in and get surgery. Once I did that, that's when I got pregnant with my third child that was a still death baby at 6 months. Then after her, 3 months later, I got pregnant with my little girl, who's 8 years old now. Her name is Paris. She's here, healthy. No problems during the pregnancy with her, completely healthy. After her, I got pregnant with my son. With him, everything was fine until probably 6 months into my pregnancy. I started having pain behind my leg, and I went to the ER a couple of times. I kept going. I went like 3 times to the ER. They kept sending me home. Oh, you're fine. Nothing wrong with you. You can go home. So, go home. Second time go, send me home. Third time went, send me home. And on the third time I went, I could not hardly walk because the pain in the back of my leg was so painful it came around to the front. So I had to go to my OBGYN. I had an appointment for a checkup on my pregnancy. And when I got there, I was telling her about my pain, and she seen that I couldn't hardly walk on my leg. So she had me sent to the emergency room, made sure they went and got an ultrasound on my leg. And by the time I got back there and they did an ultrasound, it was a couple of blood clots in my leg. So I was admitted in the hospital for like about a week. They gave me all kind of blood clot medication that would bust it down. Through the whole, I think in the first 2 days I was there, and then after that they started giving me pills and loving knots that when I was released a week later, I had to continue to give myself loving knots while I was pregnant with my son. And 3 months, I think it was 3 or 6 months after I had him, I had continued to inject myself in the morning and before I went to bed. After that, everything was fine. I had my son. He had to go to NICU because he had a hard time breathing because he was an early baby. I had him like about 2 months, a month and a half early. For me, I stayed in the hospital a week. He stayed 2 weeks. I had lost a lot of blood, so I guess they wanted to make sure my blood was not going to clot back up, I guess. And that my health was good before I went home. So I stayed for a week, and then I wound up getting out. I had to travel back and forth because I was breastfeeding my son, and I also have my 2 daughters at home. So I was just, traveling back and forth to the hospital, home, go feed my son, come back home, feed my girls, make sure they took care of, make sure they are good, because I have to be mommy to all. So I was doing that, wound up getting sick a little bit. My feet and stuff started swelling up, and it was painful to walk. And I guess that was because I just had a baby. I'm just getting out of the hospital. I'm driving back and forth every 3 hours. I'm going to the hospital to check on my son, spend an hour or 2 with him. Then I'm coming back home, checking on my girls. In between, every 3 hours, something like that, just going back and forth. Because my son was breastfed every 3 hours. And I would pump milk for him, but if I couldn't get enough, I would have to go back out there, every 3 hours to see him and do that. So, yeah, my feet was very swollen. So I tried to take it easy, but by that time, they released him a week later. So I went and got him, came home. I was happy. I was like, yes, I ain't got to go to this hospital no more. I don't have to travel back and forth no more. It was not easy. Having a newborn at home with a toddler that's in diapers and having an 8-year-old at the time, well, I think she was 9 at the time home, and being a single mom, it was not easy. But one night, I remember, I was just real tired. I took care of the girls, cooked, house cleaning, chores, everything. And like I said, my babies, they couldn't help out. My oldest daughter, she helps out a little bit, but at that time, she didn't really know what she could really help mommy out with. So I was just doing a lot. And I remember starting to feel some chest pain, but not too much to be concerned about. So like 2 nights later, I would say, I thought I was going to die. My chest felt like it was being crushed. It felt like somebody was just squeezing my heart. It felt like it couldn't pump. I was getting sharp pains in my chest. I literally thought I was going to die. So we wound up calling 911. I had to call somebody to come help out with the kids because, like I said, I'm a single mom. The kids with me. I had to find somebody to come get them. We wound up calling 911. Got in the paramedics. That is one ride I would not ever want to be in again. I did not know them things were so darn bumpy. So I'm in the paramedics and I'm just squeezing the bedpost. Because, like, every time they hit a bump, it seemed to make it worse. So he gave me some type of pill up under my tongue. And he went ahead and started IV fluids or whatever. Then by the time we got to the hospital, they ran all kinds of tests. They gave me some type of, I know what it's called, but I can't think of it right now. When you get ready to go through the CAT scan or machine or whatever, they get to see what's going on. They run some type of fluids through an IV and put you through the CAT scan. So that's what I did, and they took more blood work to go test it to see what's going on. They did the EKG. They did all kind of stuff. They did a full workup. All for them to come back and tell me nothing was wrong. I was like, are y'all kidding me? Something's wrong, because I feel like I was going to die. Who's going to be up here feeling like they're about to die, and you may tell me y'all didn't see nothing? No. But long story short, I wound up leaving, going back home that next morning. I stayed overnight. It's in the ER part. And that morning I wound up going home. So, I just started taking it easy. Everything was normal. Oh, I still got chest pain back and forth, but not as bad as it was that night. The heavy breathing part too. But I would just take my time and try not to overwhelm myself. So I started learning how to pace things out between the household, mommy time, and some me time. I started learning how to just spread it out, because if I didn't, that chest pain seemed like it was gonna come right back. So I was just like, let me just try to figure out a way to calm down. So everything was going fine. Then a while later, I was working, and I had started working 3 jobs because I needed the money to help take care of the kids. They was in child care, and child care ain't cheap. I kept my babies home when they was little, when they was infants and they couldn't talk. But after they got like 1.5, 2 years old, I let them go to daycare. And they was able to come home and tell me something happened. And my older daughter went too, so she was able to come back and tell me if it was something wrong. So, but yeah, daycare high as heck. So yeah, I had to get another job. I had to pay the bills, pay for child care, you know, pay for stuff we needed in the home. I had to do it all. So one day I was at my overnight job. I think I went in for a volunteer shift this day, and it was on second shift. I went in, everything was okay that day, going fine, everybody working. So later on that night, I started having that same pain in my leg. So I was just like, this is the same pain I felt when I had a blood clot. So I was like, maybe I'm bugging, maybe not. That's the biggest mistake. If you ever feel a pain that's not a normal pain for you, get your butt to the ER. Go see what's wrong. Don't sit around like I did, knowing that it's probably another blood clot. I'm still staying at work, not paying it no mind. It got so bad to the point like I was just limping going out of work. Oh well, I went back home. I was supposed to go to the ER after work. I was like, I'm gonna go home. Maybe it's not nothing. I'm gonna go home, relax. You know, it'll probably go away. Got home, tried to lay down, couldn't lay down. The pain kept getting worse. So I got in the tub. I ran the bath water full of hot water. I was like, I might just fill it up as hot as I can get it. Got in. I stayed in that tub like about 3 hours, I say. 3 hours or 2 hours and a half. I know I was in there for a long time because every time I try to get out, my leg would hurt worse. So by me being in that water and by it being hot and the pressure on my leg, it felt so much better. I just kept letting the water out and letting hot water back in every time it get kind of cool. That's that. So I was like, I got to get out of this tub sometime soon. These kids got school the next day. I got to do something. So I wound up getting out of the tub. As I got out of the tub, the pain was so bad. My leg was like literally throbbing. It felt like somebody just, like it was about to just explode. So I wound up driving myself to the hospital because it's like I don't want to get him back up a pair of EMT. I don't want to ride with them. So I wound up driving myself because that's just me. So I went to the ER. They tried to send me home again after they ran all kind of tests. And I couldn't hardly walk by the time I got there. Could not even hardly walk. I had to be in a wheelchair with my leg propped up. Oh, well, we don't think you got a blood clot. We're just going to send you home. You ain't getting away with that this time. Not this time. I ain't staying. You're going to run tests on me. You're not going to send me home. So let's get the test work done. Sure enough, they do the tests. Come back, blood clot. Y'all trying to send me home again. Y'all did this to me the first time. Thank God for that first experience that I knew they probably going to try to send me home or something, because this time I was able to speak up for myself. And mostly I'm quiet and nervous when I go around certain people I don't know, even doctors. I was like, But anybody be like, girl, speak up. Tell them what's wrong with you. Tell them something. Don't just sit here and be quiet. It's your body, it's your life, it's your health. Speak up. So, I did. And when I did, they found out it was another blood clot in my leg. I think it was in my... I think the first time was in my left leg, and the second time was in my right leg, I want to say. And so they wound up putting me back on loving knots. I was taking that for a while. Then when I got off loving knots, they put me on Xarelto to keep the blood clots from coming back. But in between that time, I signed up I was going to the doctor just to get checked. Nothing was found with my regular doctor, so it was okay. So back to working my 3 jobs, back to taking care of kids, living my life, doing whatever. And like it'll be like some days it was just like it was getting worse. It was harder for me to get up out of bed. I would be in a lot of pain in the morning. I would get real bad migraines. Now I used to suffer from migraines a long time ago. This not nothing new when I started feeling all this pain and not able to get out of bed like that. But migraines will shut your body down anyway. Kind of what me migraines made me feel like I was paralyzed to the point I would not get up. Like my dad would have to come and give me the best meds he could get for me and give. I was taking like I was literally overdosing off of pills. I was taking like 2 Tylenols, 2 Excedrin or whatever, I think, for headaches or migraines, if I say that right. 2 Aleve. I was just popping pills back and forth because the pain was just so bad. The light used to bother me, so I stay in my room with the window shut or in my home with the lights off all the time. I did not care for lights. I didn't really care for looking at the TV, staring up into the TV because it's made my eyes hurt real bad. So I got on migraine medication to help out with that. But yeah, it was times where it was hard for me to get out of bed. It was times I had the real bad migraines. Nice to go get together, nice to go out, try to hang out with friends. I couldn't be outside if it was hot or that sun because that sun was real bright. It bothered my eyes. And on my left eye, I'm kind of blind. I can't really see that good out of it. And I'm also on Plaquenil, which is not really that good because I think my doctor might take me off when I go back because it's not my eyesight is getting worse. Like I'm gonna take my driving license test the other day because I had to go renew my license, and I flunked the test because I couldn't see out of this eye. And I had not had that problem one time since I've been driving, and I couldn't see. So they made me go get some glasses or whatever, pay $200 and something for those. Then came back, they gave me my license or whatever, but I was like, my eyesight is getting worse because it's like even when I'm writing or staring into my computer, I'm working or whatever, my eyes just get very glary. They start hurting. This eye right here seems like it's fading away more. This my good eye. It seems like it's like, okay, like, hey, you wearing me out here. But yeah, the sunlight used to bother me. I used to feel like I was gonna pass out in the sun if it was too hot outside. So I would not want to go outside that much. I would try to go hang out with my friends, but hey, they got way more energy than me. I can't stay with y'all a whole day or go party with y'all like this and that. Like a girl would pass out or a girl would get someone to sit down. I remember I used to go and just sit in the car because I was so tired, or put my head down at a table when we somewhere. I'm like, that's not good. So you know what? Let me start staying home. So I stopped going out like that. Sometimes I still do go out, don't get me wrong. I try to go out and have that good time, but it's some or whatever. I be wanting to take my kids to the park and stuff, but she can't handle that heat. And I don't like the cold. If it's too cold outside, I'm not going out there because every bone in my body be hurting. I be feeling like they're gonna break, and I be cold. So, you know, I try to take my kids places for activities, just let them have fun or whatever. Or they can go outside and play. They got a whole lot of stuff outside they can play with or whatever. But yeah, so I was just basically having a regular life, working and stuff. Still working 3 jobs. One day I think I had just got off work. I came home and I came home and I lay down and went to sleep. I woke up the next day. I felt like I was paralyzed. Literally paralyzed. Like, I could not get up at all or nothing. Cut some light on right quick because it's getting dark. But okay, now I gotta adjust my phone. Sorry, you guys. Okay, well, that ain't fine. But then again, it's okay. But yeah, one day I got home, went to sleep, woke up in the middle of the night. I was in so much pain. I could not walk. I could not turn my head. I could not do anything. So I was like, Lord, what is going on? Something's wrong. So it took everything in me to climb out of bed. I crawled out of bed. I had some clothes on that was appropriate enough to wear outside the door. I just remember this, dragging, holding on to everything in the house just to get to my car. Instead of me calling 911, I'm driving myself again. So I was able to get in my car and get to the hospital. They ran a whole lot of tests. Still really nothing. They didn't find nothing. They gave me a whole lot of pain meds to make me feel better, so I was able to, leave afterwards and stuff. But at first, I was just in pain, like, Lord. But yeah, I was able to leave. So he asked me before I got admitted. Before I got discharged, they asked me, have I ever seen a rheumatologist? And I was like, no. So he preferred me to go to them. So that's where I signed up at to go. Now with them, it take a long time to get in. So it's like I was on like a 3 to 4 month waiting list to get in. But when I finally got in, they ran blood work. They kept running blood work. And she came back and was like, well, your ANA is high. There was a lot of stuff that was just very high. So I can't hardly remember everything. Sorry. Everything I just can't remember. So she was like, have I heard of lupus? And I was like, no, I haven't. I was like, what is? No, that's not what happened. She did ask me, have I heard of lupus? She ran a whole lot of blood work. And I was at home. On my phone, my iPhone, I have my doctor's app from the emergency room hospitals where I go at. I can click on it and see all my medical records. So I went on there and I seen that it was saying that I have lupus, or SLE, all this and that. So I was just like, okay, like I never heard of that. Not a day in my life, never. And it's crazy how many people out here have it. And if you don't have it, most people that don't have it and don't know nothing about it, it's a lot of people that don't know nothing about it. So for me, also, I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know it was people out here dying from it. I didn't know people were suffering real bad. So when I started looking into it, you know how we all are when we hear something. Okay, like, what is this? Here go Google. Here go Twitter. Oh, I mean, not Twitter, on Google fingers. When you on the internet searching up what's wrong with you. So I'm searching for, like, what's wrong with me. And I'm seeing cancer. I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. I'm like, Lord, please don't let me have cancer, because cancer wiped my whole family out almost. Just about. If it's not a heart problem, it's cancer. And then not only that, my mom, she's a heart transplant patient or whatever. She has a new heart. So I'm just like, oh my goodness. So I'm like, with me, I'm looking at the signs. So I'm like, I know I feel like my chest and me, I have heart problems when it's hard to breathe. My chest be hurting. So I'm just like, Lord, I don't want to have my mom problem. I don't want my heart to start failing like, hers did. But thank God she's got a new one and she's better. I don't want a cancer. I just remember just going crazy and just worried. So when I got to my doctor's office, she explained to me, and thank God it was not cancer or none of that. My lupus, it affects my brain, my heart, my blood. I get blood clots. So I'm on Xarelto for that. I'm like on lots of meds. I will later on put pictures up of the meds and stuff that I take. So yeah, I started taking meds. She put me on Plaquenils, Erectol, Tramadol, so muscle relaxer, all kind of acid pills, so you won't get heartburn or something like that. I got a lot, so I don't remember all the names. So yeah, that's so far what it's been now with my life as a loopy. It's bad days, it's good days. Some days are bad, some days are good. It's been going fine. I stopped working 3 jobs and started working 2 at the time, so I would just take a ease. Then everything was going fine. I was working that one job, relaxing, taking care of myself, taking my meds, but I didn't really like to take my meds that much because they used to make me tired, or sometimes they'll make me nauseous. I didn't like that at all. So, but I was the type that I did not like taking meds, and I didn't want to take them. Sometimes I would skip, but thank God I didn't get really sick from doing that. But one day, New Year's Eve, I always have a New Year's Eve party to bring in New Year's with my friends and family. So it was all my friends and fam here, even from North Carolina. My fam drove in for New Year's and for Christmas and for New Year's. And we was just having a good time, so we were setting up for the New Year's Eve party. Everybody started coming in. I'm starting, it's drinks for everybody, just having a good time. And all of a sudden, I guess from me working hard that day or something, I hit the floor. I started to walk off. I felt myself getting dizzy. So I was like, okay, you're doing too much. Go sit down. Before I even made it to the chair, I went face down on my floor. And I have tile floor. I've never seen so much blood in my life. So I had busted my lips, chipped my tooth. It was a mess. And it was embarrassing because I'm like, Lord, thank God it was my friends and my fam and me not being around a lot of other people, because that was embarrassing enough. After that, went to my friend took me to the ER or whatever. I told everybody, still party on, have y'all fun, don't let me ruin it. So, it's New Year's. But I went to the ER, they checked me out or whatever, sent me home. And we made it back before New Year's, so we all burned New Year's in together, and then I went my butt to bed or whatever, because I was in pain still. I started burning. I started having fever every time I go to sleep. For some reason, even now when I go to sleep, my body burns up like crazy. I get hot. So I have to have the fan on at nighttime when I go to sleep. And sometimes I used to keep my AC on 71. If I'm hot, I don't care who's cold. Go put on some clothes, because I have to be comfortable at the end of the day. So, yeah. After that, my job had cut my hours because I missed work for a whole week or whatever. I didn't have the energy or the strength to go to work. I couldn't go. If I would have went, it felt like I was going to hit the floor again, like I was just going to collapse and be out of it. I couldn't go. So I took off for a week of work. Then I went in, they said, oh, well, you can't do that. We cutting your days down from the full-time to part-time. We only giving you 2 days of that week now. So I'm just like, what? And if I had a doctor's note or whatever, oh, well, that's what I was told. I understand it's a business, but darn, I can see if I just called out, just be called not to go party or something. I called out because I was sick, and I never really called out. I used to miss days like here and there or whatever, and like sometimes I'd be late, but to me, I felt like it was shady as heck, and it was messed up or whatever. But I'm still with them now. Don't know if I'm gonna be staying for long or not, because of a whole nother story, but we'll find out soon. But yeah, I was just only working 2 days. That's all I was doing overnights. 2 days overnight. Monday. Well, I think it was Monday, Tuesday. That's it. So yeah, that's how it been so far. You know, I was still getting a migraines, some, but not so much because the medication was helping, but it was still able to sizzle it way to give me some type of migraine, a headache. My eyesight, like I said, is still getting worse. I gotta go to the doctor and see what's going on with that or whatever. I'm able to do more things with my daughter and my kids now. It's 15, 8, and 7. They are able to help out more around the household now, which is like, like I need that help. Wash the dishes, yes. Clean the bathroom, okay. Vacuum the floor, get the den clean. But my rules is too also, it's no TV, it's no laptop, it's no tablets, no cell phones until the house is clean. My kids are internet geeks. They love internet. So it's just like, yeah, y'all can't have that. So, and then my babies, they go to team up. They don't get out till later on. So I have the whole day to myself. My teenager, she get out around 2 something, come home. But she always hit the chair before she can make it anywhere in the house. It's either food or the chair, knock out sleep or whatever. But so far, everything been going so far good. Like I said, I still have my days. Bad days, good days. Still have the chest pain. I know I am starting to see a psychiatrist because some days I have good days, some days I have bad days. Some days I'm like, why can't I be this girl to go out there and work this full-time job like I want to or whatever. I don't like to ask for help. I never wants to ask for help. I don't care for any of that. I like to do things myself. I'm very secret. I don't care if I'm in bed and I'm feeling the worst as I could feel. My kids, they old enough to know how to go in the kitchen and fix what they want to fix. Know how to basically take care of themselves. So like with me, I just stay in my room, hidden to myself because I don't want nobody to know what's going on with me. So yeah, I mean, I have my bad, good days, and that's just that. I'm still taking all my meds. Like they over there somewhere. I take like about, I don't know how many things of pills, bottles of medication. It's so much. I go to the gym every once in a while to try to keep my strength in my legs good from getting weak or getting more blood clots. Because I have gained weight. I don't know if it's from the medication or if I just gained some weight. I don't know. I mean, I like to eat, but I don't eat that much. But yeah, that's my lupus story, part 1. But if you have any questions, anything you want to ask, whatever, you know, hey, ask or whatever. So like I need to do my hair. I remember one time my hair came out all up here, y'all. I was bald headed. My hair is long, so I had hair all the way around, long hair. And up here, it was bald headed. I was so embarrassed. I was like, Lord, why is my hair coming out? That was another part when they started doing the test. They sent me to another doctor to get like a piece of my scalp taken out and for tests and stuff, and find out if I had lupus too. And that was a case, you know. Out of the sun, I got the butterfly rash. Some days my face is like bright. Some days my face is dark with the dark circles. My hands cramps up a lot. I have comfortona in my hands, so they hurts a lot. If I do computer work, if I'm writing, I have to put the pen down because it hurts. My back also is one thing that's giving me another problem right now. It hurts a lot. And that's, yeah, basically it for my story. Otherwise than that, whenever I forgot, I will be back. I just started my page. I was scared at first, but hey, I'm here now. Give me a thumbs up if you like. You want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be back. Thank you. Talk to you guys later.